Hi.
Hi.
Hmm. Yay.
Yeah.
Great.
Unknown.
It's my resistance getting in the way.
Um, okay. Let me look at you. Okay. 10-minute intensive, 10-minute talk. This is the
Mhm.
10-minute version. Let's just have fun with that. Let's do the 10-minute version of this talk.
Okay, great.
Um, do you want to tell me like the quick outline in your mind so that we know what we're doing? Have a moment to agree on that?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Um, I I think I had if I understand your idea from the other day that I had a very big response to, it was like basically the essence of the talk is my story. It's my personal experience, but I'm not really offering anything
Yes.
other than the story. And then there's, I don't know, this is maybe a little too like past speaker training coming in, but like then there's maybe like a little bridge that's like, what is this for you? And like maybe letting them do more of the work than delivering the whole message to them.
Correct. Well, yeah, that the message is your story.
Yeah. Mm.
Let's just see what comes through
Yeah.
and I will not interrupt you for 9 minutes unless
Okay.
you ask me for support.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, we can structure it differently. Do you want me to cut you off all the time?
I want you to give yourself permission to interrupt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're workshopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Well, just acknowledging that you could like play with telling the story quickly, which I
Mm,
know actually you can do in this time frame,
yeah.
but you could also play with just telling the part of the story that fits into this time frame.
That's an interesting. I'm glad that you brought that in because that's what I was trying to feel into. Do I just like tell this like condensed, quick, high level version, which is not going to feel, I think, good. Um,
Hmm.
the
What's the
part
part that feels like the most you're most reluctant to tell or something?
it's you were synced into that moment. What I was thinking about is the part of the story, the beginning of the story is fine, like the part about seeing the images and feeling disfigured and all of that leading to the invitation to work with the archetype. And then the part that I think that I am the most hesitant to tell is like, oh, it wasn't it was not archetypal for me.
Yeah.
It was literal. It is literal. It's changing all the time, but it's literal. And yeah, so that's the part. I think it's
I want to say something to you. There's something about, you may already know all of this. There's something about this that only works if it's vulnerable.
mhm.
And if you're trying to sell something, it's not that one cannot be vulnerable and sell something at the same time. We know that. But this is not that.
Yeah.
It only works if you are only offering it as your story, your vulnerability, not trying to get anyone to do anything, not even trying to inspire anyone, just
Mm,
literally sharing the
mm,
message that was given to you. You were told to do this and you were told to share this.
mm.
And it's not better if everyone wants to do it also. It's got nothing to do with that. It's not about that.
Mm.
And there's somehow like more I'm wanting to I'm looking at the truth that I think there's more intimacy there.
Yes.
And then the people who actually are wanting to do whatever they want to, they're going to want to do all kinds of things with it, all different things. And you're not trying to get involved in that.
Mm.
I don't even, I don't, I don't want you to, I think that that's the thing. I'm like, I don't even want you to go into the story like you're gonna propose anything, even inspiration,
Yeah.
and then see when you tell the story that way, what actually comes through
Mm,
when it comes to connecting with the other. Because this is the piece that we've been like looking at is like, what is this is about relationship.
mm,
You're telling your story, but you are telling it to people,
mm.
and you're going to be intimate, vulnerable when you do that. So it makes room for a lot of real relationship
Yeah.
when they come with their own response.
Mm.
And I know you to be the one who can just literally step into that magnanimous, spacious welcome.
Mm.
But I think that's what you're being called to do here. And to
Okay.
me, this is being the sacred prostitute to the world.
That's what I'm feeling. And I'm feeling this like, oh, this like this these tears come up in this moment because it's like that's just it's a lot more vulnerable.
It's the only way.
Yeah, it can't it doesn't it would it wouldn't work any other way because it doesn't and can't, and I don't even try to make that work in the experiences themselves. And so like recounting the experiences from a different place makes no sense.
I'm remembering this is a surprising thing to come through, but do you know John Wineland?
Hmm.
Have you seen his kind of shortish talk on Rich Litvin's stage from, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago?
No.
I'll send it to you because it's short. It's like 7 minutes, but it's like what women need to know about men or something like that.
Hmm.
Really sweet. Um, and he's sitting, my memory is that he's sitting on a stool with one leg up on the bar and one on the floor. And it just feels like he's just like, like leaning in and
Mm.
having this like heart to heart.
Mm.
And it's a very masculine trope. I'm not pointing to that, but there's something about it that's very intimate.
It's like he's not trying to be something.
He is something
Mm. That's
and
that's
he
it.
knows something.
That's oh God, that's that's everything in two sentences. God damn it. I
So
gotta
so
having a
let's
moment.
just do that for I don't know, 5 minutes. Just focus. I wouldn't even focus on what part of the talk you're
Mm.
giving. I no longer think that you need to tell that story. You can, but it's of that piece only. It's like just go into like tuning to you are someone and you know something. And that's how you're going to talk to me and the other people in the cafe. I mean, listen, you could stop right now and ask them all if they want to listen to you for 5 minutes.
No, no, they are. It's already happening. I'm already clear, crystal clear. Okay. Oh, what I want to say is like, it's not sexy. This path is not sexy. It hurts. It's so painful. It's so worth it. Like, I have these experiences that, like, on the one hand, they're like fantasies come to life, literal fantasies that come to life. And in the moment, they're electric and sensual and literally sexy. And so far, mostly what I've experienced is total devastation for a really good reason. Like, I chose it, my soul chose this path. I'm learning more and more about why and what it really means to be a vessel for unconditional love. And like from the ego, even from this, like even from the soul decision. to choose the path of the sacred prostitute and have these experiences for healing with men. In the moment, even when it's happening, I'm like, I'm just getting laid. Like I feel my love. I feel my open heart. I feel the depth of their pain and their wounding. And I'm also like, I'm not fucking doing anything, which is the whole point. It feels really important to be a vessel for unconditional love. It's like, especially in the spiritual world, like almost like us, like a mantle that we aspire to, but to actually choose it, to be willing to like both offer yourself in that way, knowing that for sure it's going to touch the places in me that are not available for unconditional love, that are still doing it from a place of like trying to get to win and be wanted, almost saying yes to it more because of that. It's like saying yes to surgery without anesthesia. It's so painful.
Mm.
And then to
Mm.
stay a yes and still be a yes, and then also trust that it's doing anything at all.
Mm.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
I'm wanting to respond. Um, um, I my experience when I listen to you today and sometimes is that you don't fully understand yet the difference between living as the sacred prostitute and healing the wounding that is required to do so. And it's all on the path. But I'm wondering about the importance of talking about your wounding while you're in it.
What do you mean? The importance of it?
I don't want to be too quick to just be like, I don't think that's for the public because I'm not
Mm,
sure.
mm,
But I think what I notice in myself is if you're talking, ha 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 ha. Oh, this is interesting. If you're talking about or from a place of wounding, from the position of I'm here to teach you from a
mm,
place of wisdom, it
uh-huh.
just is very
Yeah.
off-putting.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
does
yeah.
not land.
Totally.
And and I mean this is a little bit I'm leaping in another direction, but I really actually feel like I trust deeply every experience you've had. I believe that you are doing all the correct things. And I don't think you will know what it is until you charge.
Mm,
And people have said yes to the work because for them, they are just getting laid.
mm,
And even if your capacity to make it sacred changes it, even if you frame it in a certain way, I think part of why your material is so mixed up and your wounding is so both activated and showing the opportunity to heal is because it's not one thing yet. And maybe you don't want it to be, but it this somehow this is the part that I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it's not ready. Like maybe you're
mm,
not ready for this talk, not for
mhm,
stages in general.
mm.
And I'm not attached to that either. But
Yeah.
you are really in the thick of it. And I do not get the I kind of want to hear I want you to be able to access the wisdom from a place of really grounded clarity. And I don't know if you have that yet.
Well, what I do know is, and this is a might be an agreement, I'm not sure. Um, it might, okay, I'm thinking about the Bob Dylan movie.
Mm.
It might be a chat, like maybe there's a way to talk about this, like a segment of this, right? You know what I mean? Like I totally understand what you're saying.
Mm.
What I know about this path is that there are phases, and the first phase is purification. You cannot be a vehicle for unconditional love if you are not unconditionally loving, because your wounding is in the way. And from what Leanne has, how she's guided me is like, this part is the worst part. It is excruciating. It is torture, and it is correct. And you can't avoid it. You can't like do a bunch of healing over here to then step onto this path from a place of unconditional love to then be
Sure.
this over here.
Yeah.
And so I it's why I'm excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. It's why I'm so willing to be in it and experience it and go through it again. And every like after um Brett, that was intense, but it was like 9 days, and the like I just felt so alive and free after that. And then after James, something about James was way more intense, way more gripping. I still don't quite know, but even that was like maybe 2 weeks. The thing that was different about Tim was, and I don't know how relevant this is, but anyway, in both the case of Brett and James, even though my wounding was mixed up, I was like, yeah, one night thing, sacred prostitute. That's it. Maybe I want to be chosen, but I could like shove it aside because I was devoted to the role slash path. Tim was tougher because it was the sacred lover, which I can see that I was called into because of this need to be chosen. And and then happening in exactly the way that it happened was the most precise and exact way to purify that.
Mm.
And so,
I'm just mindful of time.
yeah, shoot. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Um, I'm wondering if I know what you're pointing to is true. Like if I'm in this place and I'm trying to talk from over here, it's not going to work. And I'm wondering if us being in this exploration is the thing needed to get me here.
Yeah.
Or if we just choose a piece of the talk that's
No,
this.
no, 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 no. No. I know what you're saying. I don't know the answer to that. I just know that I also trust your process. I don't think I'm just trying to support you in being being in your service while you're on stage.
I get that. I feel that. And you're,
And it's not a no-brainer because this is really, really intense, really personal, and really still happening.
yes,
You're not on the other side yet.
I know. And I'm both wondering if you're right about not being ready, but also feeling like I think that I trust this process. Like even this 5 minutes was like, oh wow, that was really illuminating. I feel like in a couple days would be like, it's either this or
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All
okay.
right.